Okay, hey everybody, this is Grace. In this video, I want to talk about people who, well, I took a nap and I woke up and I had to take a nap. I woke up at like 4 o'clock this morning, finally went back to sleep, slept for a couple of hours, I guess, and altogether, but, and I was thinking about step away from the darkness and come back toward the light. But I think what people say is stay away from the darkness, yeah, and stay in the light. But also to expose them that are in the dark. So, and it was on my mind. So it's been on my mind actually for a while. Okay, for many years of my life, I've, as I've mentioned many times, had people who had more of a blend of narcissistic and histrionic behaviors. But what really stood out was their histrionic behaviors. And I know some people just don't quite understand it, and some people get a little offensive because it seems like them when I mention it. And not every, I'm not diagnosing anybody. Histrionic personality disorder is also, along with narcissistic personality disorder, antisocial personality disorder, and borderline personality disorder in the DSM, cluster B of personality disorders. And in my, so I got through that, but in my experience, these with the, that they have such histrionic behaviors, the ones I've seen, that doesn't mean it's not a one-size-fits-all. It's not across the board. I'm not diagnosing. Like I said, read the disclaimers in the description box below this video on YouTube. But they basically, they're very loud people. And I'm talking loud from the way that they look, they dress, they cackle. They don't laugh. They cackle. They, just their speech. I mean, they can't say anything like a normal, like I am. Okay, theirs is just so, and I'm not going to do it, just so loud. They're like screaming. They want everybody's attention. They don't care if it's negative or positive. They want attention. And when anybody says anything negative toward them, they say, oh, those people, they just can't have fun. They're not, they're just haters. They're just trolls. It's like if it's online, it's always other people's fault, not theirs, that they're just being too loud. Like think inside of a restaurant, and they want everybody's attention in the restaurant, and other people are looking at the other diners like, can't you shut her up or him up? Make them be a little more quiet. Of course, it's not your responsibility, but when you're with somebody like that, oh man, I have experienced it, and definitely. But anyway, these are the people who are on my mind. The ones like this, they're easily influenced too. Like they can go from, they're pretty shallow, pretty fickle, I guess you would say. They get, somebody tells them one thing and they're like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. That's good. That's smart. That's this. And then somebody later on tells them the total opposite. They'll just switch over real fast. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, that's how. And so easily influenced, just so easily. And in this, what I'm talking about, the darkness, they tend to go toward the darkness. Some of them find it really funny, what goes on. They find it funny. They find it fun to talk about, like, malicious gossip and anything that might do some harm to somebody else, but gets them attention. And I'm not talking physical harm, but it can be. But they do the whole thing of, they're kind of sadistic and what's called Schadenfreude, working there. Can be back and forth, and every once in a while you'll see them have a conscience. Just, it's like a flicker, that they can feel empathy, just a flicker. Okay, then it's enough. Okay, that's enough attention on that person. Get it back on me. Okay, that's how their attitude is. Enough on that person. Now get back over here toward me. They have to be in that limelight. That's like the people the people who think everybody has to be on camera Now, I'm on camera usually about once every year, and I'm just not a person that has to be on camera. And I'm about once a year, and for whatever reason, I don't think I was in 2020 and 2022. Maybe it was because of everything going on. And I did last year, in I think November, got a new cell phone, which I use for the for the camera, and it makes me look like 20 years older. So it just is what it is. Maybe that's just my thing. Don't ever get to be so superficial. And I'm not calling everybody superficial that has to be on camera, that feels a need to be on camera, but the ones that, take that back, the ones that feel like they have to be and everybody else has to be, I have questions about that. It's questionable to me. Especially when they say that everybody needs to live by their rules in life. Like you must be on camera. You must show yourself on camera. No, you don't. You don't have to. No. Just isn't the case. So, but anyway, I've kind of gone with the flow there. But the whole thing of stepping away from the darkness. And like I said, these are the people I feel like there's just that flicker that they may, at some point, say, yeah, this has been bad, and I need to go back toward the light and stay there, and stay away from this darkness. Something big might happen. These are the ones I would suspect more, seriously, that something big might happen, and it shake them up so much that they say, whoa, what was I thinking? But my experience with them is they're just not so smart. Okay, like I said, they're easily influenced too. And that darkness loves them coming back, because they are like adult mean girls or adult mean boys. They're drama queens. They're used to being on stage. Everything is on stage, and if those who like what that person's doing, how that person, they're like, they get a thrill. The people who actually like watching these adult mean girls, adult mean boys do whatever they do, that they get a thrill out of it themselves, they will kind of pull them back to the darkness. They keep, and they're so easily influenced, so it's just so easy to happen. Okay, and some outsiders might see it as they kind of spur them on, They kind of flatter them, the audience. They're flying monkeys. Some call them flying monkeys, or I tend to call them cronies. But they know how to entice them or they flatter them to say that they're really good at what they're doing, like really good at gossip. Say, well, you really should stick to gossip. You're really good at it. You're really good at summing up other people. But they'll also play with that side of them that is more spiritual, or actually could be religious, and say that is their duty to do this. When actually what is the base of it is maliciousness, is darkness. Okay? It's darkness. It's not light. It's not light, and then therefore they expose them. The darkness. They don't go into the darkness. They expose the darkness. No, they'll play with it like that, and they may even use it themselves to say that that's what they're doing, but really what they're doing is being malicious. They're being evil, okay? They're the darkness. Okay, but they'll say it, and like I said, and they're flying monkeys, ones that get such a thrill out of this, this is a new drama. Like I just said, they'll push them back into the darkness. You see, it's because they know they're so easily influenced into doing whatever it is that they want. And then at the same time, those who are these ones with the histrionic behaviors, they believe that they are so smart because they hear it from these, like, flying monkeys. Their audience, okay, we could just put it that way. The ones that enjoy it, whether the audience likes them as a person or just likes the drama to it all. To have something like their soap operas, and then all the while they're shaking their head and going like, that person's all messed up. The one that they're egging on, you know. Yeah. Okay, now the ones that I do feel like these with the more histrionic behaviors could be pushed back into the light. But would they stay there momentarily? Like I said, maybe, but then they can get drawn out. But what about the other ones, like borderline? That one, it could be that they are actually borderline, and they just haven't, their histrionic is in them is, the history. Not all borderlines are histrionic, but that's their expression is more of a histrionic. But narcissistic and antisocial, I kind of doubt those seriously. That I don't see them as changing. From what I understand, both of those could be more biological, nature versus nurture, and they're more on the nature side, and that's more of the influence. But it's really a combination, so questionable. And I could be wrong. Read the disclaimers, like I said. I always say I could be wrong. But I am a social and behavioral scientist. I did teach at both college and university. And, yeah. But, like I said, and it's kind of like, and it could be wishful thinking in me to want to say, because the ones I know, I have seen them have a heart. I have seen them do good deeds. The ones I know. That and like I said, momentarily, you see the good, decent side to them, and boom, it's gone just like in a flash. They may do things like, do something for someone who is homeless, or things like along this line. They'll help somebody to get a job. But if that person gets too much of attention in it, when it's not given to them, when they, like some might say communal narcissism, but no, they really do feel it at the moment. They seem to, that they want to do some good deed. And they do. Other ones, if they do it so they can get attention. But do they? Or do they have that, like I said, momentarily? It's like a flash, boom, it's gone. So, my experiences. Anyway, thought I'd get out here earlier today, and I thought it was interesting that I go to do this video, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I'm going to put visual effects. I prefer to put visual effects these days. But the video is mainly a brick wall, and on the one side there's dark, and on the other side there's light. Found that interesting. I like it. Lately, I've gone through the stage again. It happens to me quite often that I have coincidences, and I do believe in coincidences that happen like that. Because I knew it was the topic when I came out here, and did not know that it was going to do that, though. But coincidences do happen. So, anyway. But do you know somebody like this? That you can feel it, like just if they would just step away from that darkness. And by the way, it's on my mind for another reason. It's because lately I have been seeing, watching, and I want to see what happens if society, if the social circle takes care of itself. And that seems to be my thing over the years, is I want to see if society, if that social community or group, they will take care of when somebody has gone too far. And we'll see. Sometimes, yeah. But this is yet another one. Let's see what happens. And it feels like I get tainted momentarily, but then at the same time I know this is bad. This is bad. It can even make me feel physically ill. Sick to my stomach, as some might say, but just physically ill, seeing it, and it's pure evil. It is. What's all working there is just pure evil. And then when you watch it, you know, you see it, you can see some of them are just hinting at it, some of them are exposing it. And some are just all messed up. Yeah. And some is just pure evil. You know? Pure evil. Anyway, I'll wrap this up. I just woke up from my nap, like I said. Well, finally went back to bed. I need to go in and had breakfast probably about 5 or 6 o'clock. I don't know. I need to have lunch. It's almost noon. So, go back in, make myself some lunch. I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.